A look at the game summary here in the top of the seventh. 4-1 in favor of the Marlins. And I was wondering how long Caleb Thielbar would go. He'll only go an inning. Casey Fiend next up here. And so now here is Jake Marisnick. RBI double his last time up, as Dobbs was waiting for him on first, and Dobbs came all the way home from first as Marisnick was able to put the ball in a good spot. We'll see if he can figure out Casey Fiend. Fiend out of Santa Rosa, a Cal Poly Mustang. Drafted by the Tigers in 2006. He signed in the offseason with Minnesota. Last time he played was on Wednesday against Cleveland. Only needed for a third because he was blown up. Gave up 3 hits, 3 earned runs, and a home run. And this one smacked by Marisnick, but Thomas will be under it for out number 1. And so Thomas keeps anything from getting out of control. Last time a Marisnick ball came his way, it was a couple of feet to his right. And so Donovan Solano, who also contributed to the insurance run cause with an RBI single his last time up in the 5th, looking to get something else going. He is 2 for 2 today. And so if you're looking for a good part of the Marlins production, don't just look to the home runs, because Solano is getting on base. And that's saying something, considering that his on-base percentage heading in was .308. Correction, .306. Popped up in the air. Morneau rushes, and he'll be able to get under this. And that's the first time that Solano will come away empty-handed. That's out number 2. And so now here is the catcher, Jeff Mathis, grounded into a double play, 6-4-3 variety in the 3rd, and he struck out looking in the 5th. And so he's definitely looking for something better to happen here in the top of the 7th. 1-0 count to him. Echeverria waiting in the wings. If Mathis is able to get on base. Slider good for a strike. The 1-1. Another slider, this one out the zone. 2-1. As said before, if Mathis can get on base, Echeverria will be coming up next. Hasn't gotten anything going since that leadoff homer. Another slider and a strike. So a strike and then a ball and then a strike, all with the slider. I'm thinking Mathis should know what's coming now. But of course, there's always the good chance that Fiend could switch it up. We'll see what happens here. 2-2 count. Fastball high. Count is full. The Twins, despite giving up 4 runs, have yet to give up a walk. You got to look at the bright side of things. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. And a 1-2-3 inning can keep the Marlins from getting anything else. And it's another strikeout for the Twins, and they'll look to make a comeback, stretch for a minute here. It's 4-1 from Minneapolis. Welcome back to the Twin Cities. Welcome to the bigger one, Minneapolis. 4-1 in favor of the road team. Here's Oswaldo Arcia. Struck out his first time up. Grounded out to the pitcher his second time up. Looking to get something going here in the bottom of the seventh. As I said in the last inning, they are running out of time. Arcia will take this one. Arcia, the 22-year-old Venezuelan, made his debut at the beginning of this season, mid-April. He's made a lot of beautiful catches, the handful of Twins games that I had seen leading up to this game. Wild pitch. Something to get excited about for Twins fans, but nobody on base to take advantage of it. We'll see if Arcia can get on base, though. Curveball curves too low. Full count. The last time Fernandez was called to start, he did go 7 innings. And so far, he'll be credited with 6 innings pitched. We'll see how long he can hang on because his control has gone. But not in that instance there, as he's able to get the strikeout. And you take a look at the pitch report here. 80 pitches in 6 1/3. Over half of them were 4-seamers. But he has not been afraid to hit him with that sweeping curve or that changeup. And of course, it would be interesting that I said that he was losing his control and then he strikes out Arcia, but the point still stands. He's been throwing a lot more pitches here in the later innings, as a starting pitcher would when they get tired. And once again, a 1-0 count here to Chris Herman. Herman has 2 strikeouts. First one he had to be completed with a 2-3 putout. And there's a strike right there, 1-1. Six strikeouts here for Jose Fernandez. He's had a whale of a game. And this one popped up in the air into the Minneapolis night sky, and it will land well foul. Had the distance, not the direction. Here comes Fernandez's 84th pitch of the game. And it will sit Chris Herman down for out number 2. And so Fernandez may be getting tired, but he doesn't want to sit down yet. As I was saying before, he's thrown more pitches, and he's thrown double digits ever since the 4th inning, where he threw 13, threw 18 in the previous 2 innings, and here's his 11th here in the 7th. And the first pitch, a ball to Trevor Plouffe. 7 strikeouts, 2 consecutive. He's retired 3 straight batters. But before that, he gave up a walk and a single, which was cause for concern there in the bottom of the 6th. But he seems to have righted the ship so far, as there's 2 out, none on. 2-0 count now. That curve swept a little too much. Gets a piece of this one, but the out made from Lucas DeMorrison. And 3 up, 3 down. Twins run out of time. We'll head into the top of the 8th. They'll make sure they don't give up anything else so they can make this comeback. We enter the 8th inning with a Danny Echeverria here at the top of the lineup, leading off. And he'll take the first pitch he sees. Back in the first inning, he took the first pitch he saw, but he took it yard directly down left field. Not down the line per se, but it was parallel with the third base line. 0-1 count to him. Echeverria, the former Blue Jay from Cuba, not drafted by them, but rather signed back in 2010. But now he's closer to home. A lot of Cuban defectors, first part of America they see is Miami. So Echeverria able to be closer to family. And he'll get a good piece of this one, and that'll be a second hit of the game. And he's on for a leadoff single. And we'll see if that just means more trouble here for Casey Fiend. Once again, pulling this one. He pulled his home run, and now he pulls this single into left. We'll see if the Marlins can make anything of it. Here's Christian Yelich. He has yet to record a hit. He's 0 for 3. Yelich gets a piece of this one, but it will be foul. He's grounded out twice. First time was in the first, 5-3 put out, and then in the 6th, a 3-1 put out. And he also flew out to center. We'll see if he can get something in the grass here in this at-bat. Twins fans not agreeing with the call, but from this vantage point, definitely a fastball inside. 1-1 count. Change up, good for a strike. 1-2 count to Yelich. Christian Yelich made his debut on July 23rd, and since then, here in his 23rd game, he's hit .286, .337 on base percentage, .374 slugging, a home run, and 5 RBIs. They are very high on Yelich, but he will ground into a double play of the 4.63 variety. And so all goodwill erased for the Fish. And we already have 2 outs just like that. And so here's Giancarlo Stanton. He got on with a double his last time up. And that was his first hit of the game. Trying to make something happen. He won't. 5-3 put out, and that'll do it for the inning. And so it looked bad at first, and then it got good in a hurry for the Twins. They'll try to see if they can get some runs. Thomas, Florimon, and Dozier all due up. And here's Cleat Thomas leading things off for Minnesota. They're down 3 in the bottom of the 8th. 1-0 count to him. They're keeping Fernandez on the mound. And they're going to see how far he can go. He hasn't hit the 100 pitch mark. Thomas tries to lay down the bunt, and it's not successful. 2-3 put out for out number 1. Worth a shot there. I mean, the Twins need to get something going, but good on Mathis as he was able to take off the mask and hustle and get that out at first. And so now, here is Pedro Florimon. as the Twins are down to 5 outs. Fernandez going for the complete game. He's only given up 1 run, and he's thrown 7 strikeouts. The 0-1 smacked by Florimon, traveling into right field, and wasn't able to field that. Florimon is on with a double. The outstretched arms of Stanton, not enough. I was utterly shocked by that. So pardon the silence there for a moment, but Florimon lucking out with Stanton's bad placement out there in the outfield. And so I'll say he's on with a double, but we'll look to the score as Brian Dozier will come up to the plate and look to bring home Florimon. Slider good for strike 1. And so what could have been no one on with 2 outs is now a man on with 1 out, and we'll see if the Twins can take advantage of that. Dozier smacks this one foul, first base side. And now he's in the hole 0-2. Very crucial at bat. We'll see who has the clutch bats here for Minnesota in these later innings. This one hit to Morrison, and Fernandez unable to field it. Here comes Florimon on home, and Mathis will not be able to get there in time. And so Florimon, with his speedy self, able to come home on a botched play to first. Should have been easy there. But even if it's easy, doesn't mean it's absolute. And so Fernandez was going for the complete game there, but looks like Mike Redmond has essentially seen enough here. And so we will have a new pitcher out. And there's a call to the pen. And so after 7 1/3, here is lefty Michael Dunn. And so what luck for Michael Dunn, as the first batter he'll face will be Joe Mauer. 4-2 as Florimon was able to come home. Dozier's on first off of the E3. Mauer can get a home run here and tie this up. We'll see how Dunn plays him. The 0-1 is a ball for 1-1. A double play will get Dunn out of the inning. A home run will make this a whole new ball game yet again. Mauer already hit a home run in the first inning off of Fernandez. And considering the way that things were going there for Fernandez, it looks like it would have gotten a lot worse for him, perhaps a second home run. So a good thing to bring him out now. 1-2 count to Dunn. Slider outside, 2-2. Mike Dunn pitched an inning and a third, got 2 strikeouts on Tuesday at Kansas City. And now he's just trying to hang on for the win here. Mauer. This one to second. 4, 6, 3. Double play. Mike Dunn comes in and keeps the Twins from making the comeback. And so 4-2 heading into the top of the ninth. Top of the ninth here for Minneapolis. 4-2 in favor of the Marlins as they're looking to get the win here on the road. Glad that you could join us here on the Coliseum Sports Network. I'm Raymond Sims, and it's been a wild one, without a doubt. Marlins able to get some runs, and the Twins have essentially been playing catch-up all game, or for pretty much the second half of this game. Logan Morrison up to bat, takes a strike there, 0-1. Fastball inside, 1-1. Fiend, usually good for an inning or two, but now he's heading into his third. There's another one fouled back here. Morrison, 25 years old, another homegrown talent by the Marlins out of Slidell, Louisiana. Fouls another one off. Morrison's definitely found his timing. He's definitely found some contact. He's looking for the right timing and the right placement of this ball. 1-2. And he has the discipline to keep this one inside and to take the pitch. So a 2-2 count now from Fiend to Morrison. He'll chop this one low and out of the zone. Should be an easy put out. It is 1-3 for out number 1. And so due up here will be Greg Dobbs, Lucas, and Marisnick. But for the Twins in the bottom of the ninth will be Morneau, Willingham, and Arcia. And that's a very important bottom of the ninth if they want to get this win. But next up here, designated hitter Greg Dobbs will take a fastball inside and low. 0-1 count with 1 out and none on. Dobbs 1 for 2 today with a sacrifice fly and a strikeout. Checks his swing, but a strike anyways on the changeup. Plus he went around. 0-2 count. Twins fans still excited. Very dedicated bunch up here in Minneapolis. And there's a strikeout right there. That's Dobbs' second of the game. That's Fiend's second of the game as well. And that's out number 2. And so now here's Ed Lucas, who may very well be the last batter for the Marlins of this game. We'll see if he can add any insult to injury here. He's 0 for 3 on the day with 2 pop flies to the second baseman and a 4-3 putout. So he's been good friends with Brian Dozier today. You worry about relief pitchers and how many innings they can go. Fiend's in his third, and he's actually doing pretty well. He's able to get the assist on the putout, as well as a strikeout looking. And he's looking for just one more out here. And then he can hope his Twins, his team, will make something happen in the bottom half of this ninth inning. And there's the first strike of the at-bat on the check swing. 2-1 count. Ball was in the zone, so it would have been a strike regardless. if Lucas can get on base, and I feel like I've said this before, Jake Marisnick will come up to bat. Actually, didn't. I think that was for Mathis, rather. Changeup, good for strike 2. Lucas, the career minor leaguer, will take the fastball outside, and the count is full. Batting .237 in his young major league career. He has not gotten a hit in a while. Now would be a pretty good time. And he does, straight down center field. And he's able to get on base with a single, his first hit in a long time. And when you hear stories like Ed Lucas's, you got to be happy for him. Smacks this one right into center field. And so the show will go on here for the Marlins. It'll be Jake Marisnick from Riverside, California. Drafted in the 3rd round by Toronto in 2009. He, too, was part of that big trade between the Marlins and the Blue Jays in the offseason. This one hit to Dozier, and he's able to make the play at first before anything else happens. And so they keep the Marlins off the board in the top of the 9th, and now it's time to do the job offensively. Can Morneau, Willingham, and Arcia lead a rally? We'll see. And here is the closer, Steve Cishek. The man from Massachusetts. Another product drafted by the Marlins. He has developed to be the closer as he took the spot from Heath Bell over the last season or so. And he has become a very effective closer. 26 saves on the year for a team that's only won 46 games. 2.85 ERA, 53 strikeouts. His last time up was on Wednesday at Kansas City, where he did get the save, pitching 1 inning, striking out 2, but also giving up a hit and a walk. Here's Justin Morneau. We'll see what he does against him. The sinker, good for a strike. The Twins looking to get back in this. Anything can happen in baseball. And not only are they looking to get back in this, they're looking to walk off. Only 2 runs, but the time is running out for them. 1-2 count on the sinker. The 1-2. Hit by Morneau, but it will roll over to Solano, and the 4-3 put out is made for out number 1. 2 outs remaining for the Twins. And so the 2 big bats in the lineup could not do it. Mauer ending the 8th on a double play. Morneau with this put out right here. Last big bat before we get to Arcia is Josh Willingham. He got on with a single in the 1st inning, but he struck out in the 4th, and he grounded into a double play in the 6th. Twins really need him to get something going here. He's ahead in the count, 1-0. Sinker outside, but a strike. So pretty much on the outside third of the zone, according to the umpire. Swing and a miss. Cishek essentially just beating the Twins over the head so far, or at least these first 2 batters with that sinker. He's not afraid to throw it. He's just daring these Twins hitters to hit it. Willingham gets a piece of the 1-2. Solano fields the ball and is able to get the out at first yet again. So Donovan Solano has played a major part in keeping the Twins at bay. He has been involved in the last 4 outs. First pitch here to Arcia, a ball, a bit too low there. Arcia, the Twins' last hope in keeping things going here. The 1-0. And Arcia fouls this one off. Arcia does have 10 home runs on the year, but he swings and misses on the sinker. And so 1-2 count, he's down to his final strike. Twins fans on their feet. Little bit of hope left in them. And low at the knees. He couldn't do anything with that one, but he strikes out all the same looking, and that'll do it. And so what a game it was from here in Minnesota. The home team comes up empty. The Marlins come out with the win. Of course, Fernandez will get the win. Correa will come up with the loss. And Steve Cishek will come up with the save. Here's a look at the line score. And so here's the Marlins, the winning team, coming off of the field. And we'll have a talk here with our player of the game, Jose Fernandez. 7 1/3, only giving up 5 hits and 1 earned run and 7 strikeouts. A phenomenal performance by the rookie from Cuba. And here's a couple of highlights presented by Topps. And so that'll do it from the Twin Cities. This has been a presentation of the Coliseum Sports Network. For more information, log on to simscoliseum.blogspot.com. I am Raymond Sims. Thank you for joining us this evening. Miami wins it 4-2. Have a wonderful evening, everybody.